I learned about this guy here, Dan Wootton, from following Johnny and Amber, and as you might know, Dan wrote not such nice things about Johnny in The Sun, false allegations in fact, but now Dan's got allegations out against him, which don't seem to be false. Now, a lot of news came out about Dan, somewhere in July I think, and I thought I covered it all, but it seems like I missed quite a few things, and this one here is pretty interesting. It's updated August 4th, 2023. So, not hot off the press, but not ancient either. It's from Yahoo News. It's called Blood Smeared on Windscreen as Reporters Threatened Over Dan Wootton Investigation. Well, I mean, if this were accurate, I can't say I'd be surprised. Let's see what we got. Let's see what I missed. A journalist has had what appears to be blood smeared on their windscreen amid an apparent backlash over investigation into GB News presenter Dan Wootton, their editor has told Yahoo News. Peter Jukes, co-founder and executive editor of the Byline Times, says the incident came after one of his reporters was targeted by a phishing email early this week, which may have given away their address. Okay, that makes sense. It was followed by an abusive email sent to the newsroom on Saturday night with the subject over Dan Wootton reading, "See you at your office and blood will flow." On Sunday afternoon, Jukes returned a missed call and was told, "Are you Peter? You're going to regret this." Jukes says that while receiving threats is dark and disturbing, his reporters are not deterred, adding, "It doesn't stop us. We double our efforts not to be cowed or intimidated." And yes, good for you guys. And I'm sure popcorn sales, at least in this little community, have gone up. So Frito-Lay or someone like that might want to thank you. Yahoo News has seen an image of the suspected blood discovered on the reporter's windscreen on Friday morning, but has chosen not to publish it for safety reasons. Now let's stop right here and note that Yahoo News is covering this, which is a pretty big platform last I checked. So now we got The Independent, The Guardian, The Daily Express, and Yahoo News on the list. We're just waiting for that mainstream to crack. But there's theories why that won't happen or hasn't happened yet. However, add one more to the list. While Juke said it could be a coincidence, the timing of the incident suggests their details could have been found via the hacking attempt. There's no suggestion that Dan Wootton has any involvement in the threats received by Byline Times journalist, the editor added. Which is fair. I wouldn't think that Dan would personally do anything. I just don't feel like he's this person who takes matters into his own hands. But that's only my silly little opinion on what I know about Dan, and especially how he handled his information about Johnny Depp. And here's what Peter Jukes put out there on X, formerly known as Twitter. Blood smeared on a journalist's windshield, a hack attempt through our call-out email for witness, and now this NB Metropolitan Police. I've seen it before. This whole dark forces and nefarious actors rhetoric from GB News encourages these kind of threats, and here he reposts, which says, "Over Dan Wootton, see you at the office and blood will flow." And by the way, over 7,000 likes and over 300 replies, so that tweet did pretty well. That tweet. I'm still confused about this. Some people might relate. Let's keep going. And Yahoo News prints this, witch hunt. Now it does seem like they're very open to being fair about this. I don't see the huge defenses pouring out here. It seems like they're not really challenging what the Byline Times is saying. Seems like they're just reporting it without a ton of recollection on Yahoo News and how they view things. This one seems to be pretty good. Wootton has been highly critical of Byline Times reporting since the original allegations emerged and has accused them of having a political agenda to bring down GB News. They say Dan Wootton describes Byline Times as hard left. I don't know enough about them to say, but they do claim they've got diversity of opinion among their writers. Obviously, simply printing something Dan said as a defense is in a way showcasing the defense. However, it's fair. It's factual, so that's fine. What I'm saying is their whole narrative doesn't seem to be on Dan's side. But getting back to this, obviously, it's pretty creepy. Let me know what you think in the comments. doing shout outs, special thanks, obviously, following Dan. Byline Times dropped a recent article saying they're not giving up, so now we're waiting for the next report. It's a 3-year investigation, so I'm pretty sure they could get a lot of articles out of it. If you don't subscribe here, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.